episode of START Nürnberg, Get Started. I'm Manfred, your host, and today we have somebody who led the START community with empathy and with a lot of passion. We have today here Chiara. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me, especially as the first guest.
Of course. So Chiara, my question to you is, tell us something about you, what you're studying, what was your role in START, something in general so we get to know you.
Okay, so I did my bachelor's here at FAU in business studies with a focus on marketing and technology, innovation and entrepreneurship. And I finished it in, I think, 2022. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And or 21. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm already not that good with years. So I did my bachelor's here and did 1 year of break of studies, and then started my master's in sustainable resource management at TU Munich. That's also where I live now, and yes, and I got to start at the end of my bachelor's. That's why I thought it was 3 years ago, so I think it ended 3 years ago, because it was literally, I think, the last day that I was actually on campus, that there was this kind of summer fest happening here in front of the university, and I saw this booth of like really nice people. There were many different student initiatives, and one of them was START, and they had this huge roll up with like innovation and some words, and I was like, that sounds interesting. And I started talking to one of them, who was, I think the first person I talked to was Mahmoud. He used to be the VP at that time, and we talked for so long. I think we talked already for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then I got to meet some other people there, and I was just really excited about what START is doing, and it just sounded really cool, and I immediately applied. And yeah, that's how it started. And at the beginning I was part of the partnerships team with Jonas Kronau. He used to be the head of partnerships and was really cool. So that's how I started out. And then, yeah, what was next then? What is really cool about START, that we are quite open, or I don't know how to say, but with naming roles. So we had this event called the Road to START Summit happening, and Mahmoud and Saleh asked me if I could do the startup communication, since it's a startup pitching event. And they asked me if I want to do it in the with the title of Road to START Summit Head of Communication or something, or Head of Communication for Road to START Summit, which is just an improvised title or position that is not there. But it was really exciting to me, so I was really engaged in that. And I mean, I would have been probably also without a title, but still, I noticed how simple it can be to motivate people in that regard. And yeah, that was like the next thing I was focused in, and yeah, then partnerships all the time. And then I became, after 1 year approximately, I became the president and MD of community and communication. That's also where I met you then at the end. Yeah. And yeah, since like after my period, I became the head of advisory board.
Yeah, exactly. I was a newbie at that time when I came into your apartment. Yeah, that was amazing actually. You were such a nice lead, like very nice to talk to. So in general, when you became the president of START, what was like the proudest moment you had in this whole time? How long have you been the president? Like for a year, right?
Yes, it's always a year period.
So what was like your proudest moment you had?
I think
there are probably many, but like one maybe.
Yeah, I think one of the proudest was when we did the Road to START hack the first time in November, in like 2 years ago then. And it was not only our first Road to START hack, but for the whole START network, which was really cool, and was kind of the first time that ever any START chapter ever did it, and we were the first ones. And the thing why I'm proud of it is that it was kind of my project in that time, because later on the events team, or Felix, he took care of the Road to Start Summit and the Scale Up, but the Road to Start Hack was kind of like my baby, or to say, but also together with the Potenziale, the founders consultation of the local university here, and we did it together. But when this whole thing worked out, it was a really cool moment.
I understand. Amazing. That's like right now me with the podcast. So this is like my type of baby that I have right now, which I'm trying to develop. We're in the beginning, but yeah, it's not about me today. But
no, but it's actually really, really cool that you are doing this, since it has been talked about for quite a while. And
yeah, I remember a year ago was it the topic as well.
Yeah, I also know that other people like talked about the idea, but I'm really excited that you just started now, literally. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
I'm also very happy about it. So let's see how that turns out. But yeah, coming to you back about START, like how did actually START influence, or like in general, how did START be a part of your professional life or your personal life? How did it like take its note?
So at first I have to say that my bachelor studies I did more or less completely during Corona. So since I live south of Nuremberg and I studied in Nuremberg, I started like immediately after school. I lived with my parents, and then during my studies I talked about like moving out and everything, and then Corona happened, so I stayed there. And I mean, like, Corona was such a weird moment in life, I feel like, so it kind of was like a pause for everything and so on. And then like the end of my studies kind of was also the end of Corona. So when I then got to know START, it changed a lot either way. And I think one of the coolest moments in that part was also that November, I think 2022, yes, 20. Sorry, I'm trying to handle all these years, number of years, but yeah, it was November 2022, because it was Slush in Helsinki and Fuse. Fuse is like a week of different, for example, VC visits, company visits, that is organized by START Helsinki in Helsinki, and also during Slush Week. Slush is a huge startup tech event happening there once a year, and this week was at the end of November, and we could apply from all the chapters there. And I also applied because it just sounded exciting. I had no clue what it is, and it was kind of the first big thing happening while I was at START, and I somehow got accepted, which was really crazy because there were only 2 people from START Nürnberg allowed to go there, and unfortunately not more, but yeah, another topic. But this is
okay, tell us.
No, but it's kind of like, it was special to be there, to notice how big START actually is, and to what START can bring you to, because being there was kind of the first time for me, like doing something like this completely on my own, with the mostly random people, with this cool energy, this passion about innovation, entrepreneurship. And it's just, I think you probably also know it, but being around STARTies is not like being around anybody, because it's just really like, those are really cool people. And this was, I think, like the first time that I noticed what kind of impact it can have. So this first time in Helsinki was really special, but also then, for example, throughout the upcoming, or the month afterwards, I volunteered at Munich Startup Festival, did some pretzels, Slush again, and it kind of, so in the sense of what it opened up for me also in the professional way, it made me experience a lot of different things and explore like this whole ecosystem kind of in different perspectives, meet a lot of really interesting people and companies and so on. So I would say in that regard it benefited kind of, but also I think it's always really helpful to collect those experiences, or just to engage yourself in an initiative like that, because it kind of sets you up sometimes from others. Of course, there are always like different people with different goals and everything, but I feel like especially with a background from business studies, which is really common, especially here at the FAU, it's really helpful to have something that differs you in some way from others, or like an experience like START. And I would say that in that way it benefits me, or hopefully benefits me in the future. It will be seen in that way.
Definitely, I hope it for you.
Yeah.
And so what is right now your role in START? Are you still engaged in START? Because right now our current president isn't you. You were the president of last year, but still, how are you like still engaged in START, or how is it? How do you connect still with the people of START? Anything you want to tell us about that?
So I'm currently in the board of advisory, and we are more or less supporting the current board, or trying to support it. So we are regularly joining the board call, for example, which is happening once a week. And it's not like that we have, or in my opinion, that we have to be there all the time and control them or whatever. But for me, it's more or less that regularly joining, how is it going, do you have any questions, but also always being there if there are any questions. So it's, in my opinion, it's not really like a control position or something, but rather that position of being there if it's needed, or helping out whenever possible, or if it's needed. And just also being there maybe on a personal level for the board, since you experience similar conditions, similar maybe stress factors. So yes.
Totally. That's nice actually, that you still engage somehow. And your studies, are they completed yet, or you're still doing your master's?
I'm still in my master's. I'm in my fourth semester, and hopefully next autumn, winter, I will do then my master's thesis. But I just came back from an exchange semester, so it was kind of in between. So I'm not really sure in what semester I'm in, because I'm not sure if that counts or whatever. So I think I'm in with my fourth.
I see. And about START in general, we also got like a recognition prize, and we were talking about that earlier. So maybe you could tell the viewers something about it, like even though you were not there in person, but still you have the knowledge about it, what exactly it was, and how START actually was recognized, because it was a big deal actually as a student initiative, right?
Yeah, it was really amazing when I heard about it, that START is awarded with the Innovation Influencer Award of the FAU, I think was the wordings. It was really, really cool. I was really happy also for the board, since they like get it personalized, but in the end it's for the whole START organization, for the future members, for the current members, for the past people, for our work that we put in, for the work that the prior members were like, everybody was kind of, or I think is awarded in that sense. So it was really amazing to have this recognition from the university president and also VP, and also
I think the MDs also got the prize as well.
That's what I mean, like they get it like personalized. But I was really excited to hear.
Proud moment.
Yes, absolutely, to have this recognition from the university. And I mean, there are other initiatives, other projects, other organizations around, and
there are many.
To be selected in that way is really amazing.
It's a big thing. Yeah, true.
To be seen like in this ecosystem.
Yeah, that's actually very important, and I think this is like what only START till now could achieve, like bringing it up to such like a wide, broad range, to everybody recognizing, like even like companies I've heard, like they know START already. They're like, oh, okay, you're in START, interesting, you know, they highlight this part, and I think that's like something to be proud of actually. But so coming to START in general, so what would you recommend to people who want to join START, or like what is like for them here for newbies? Because I remember back then when I was new, I didn't know much about START. I just knew, okay, it's about innovation, entrepreneurship, it's perfect to my studies, but like what is in there, I just got to know about it since I'm like participating in events and be like part of this whole team. But maybe somebody who is not in START, maybe you could give them some tips or anything like a sneak peek about START, how it is. Like you already told us some things, but like for newbies, I think that's like a different experience.
Yeah, I would say have an open mind, because I also like had no background with anything of that, like innovation entrepreneurship kind of thing. Of course, I had these courses here, I knew what it was about, but I had never been in, like, I never visited a startup at that moment back then, I think, or was never at an event like that. So I think it's cool if you're open-minded and just interested. Don't be scared that you, for example, don't have that experience, or actually when I applied, I wasn't even that secure in speaking English. I remember going on like a short trip with Jonas and talking with him about it, like my English insecurity, that I wasn't really sure of it yet and everything, and this whole journey kind of like helped to get more comfortable with something like English. Yeah. Just like, even if you in the end you just get like one small thing out of it, it's already worth it. And I think if you just dare to try, it's just an amazing thing. You can I mean, I think it's different for everybody, because you're also like, you have different schedules and different availabilities or different interests, of course, so everybody is taking something else from it, I would say. But I think either way you will have an amazing experience. And also, for example, if you're not extremely into startups, even, I would say, like, I mean, it's an advantage. But for example, if you're interested in marketing and really want to or in IT or whatever, and you really want to work on something hands-on, START is an amazing opportunity to do that, and to improve your skills outside of university and of work, because it's you can just embrace whatever ideas you have, your creative ways whatsoever. So I wouldn't even limit it too much to anything.
Yeah, like since you already mentioned, we have like a lot of different departments, there's something for everybody. But just like a fun question, is there like a department where you would say, okay, this is like a new department I would like to add, like this is also important, or a department which I would maybe change to something else? Like, is there something which comes up in your mind just spontaneously?
I feel like the structure often changes anyway from year to year, because START, since it's always or often always 1 year periods, the people, because that's also a difficult, or not a difficult thing, but a thing, that since there's a lot of change often, you sometimes repeat circles. And so I think that's also important, for example, with the board of advisory, that they always the prior board or whoever wants to join there kind of supports the new people, so it lessens the repetition. No.
Yeah, like the repetition.
Yeah, exactly. So so in my term, the board had, or the structure was community and communication, HR, marketing, partnerships and events, and operations. I think we had 5. I don't know what I counted right now, but I think we had 5, and now we have, I think, 7. So it always depends kind of also on the energy and the ideas of the potential new board. So at the moment, I haven't too much thought about what I would change, I have to admit, but I feel like potential new candidates, since we also have the election coming up soon, are already like thinking and maybe planning what they can contribute, in what way, in what department, with whoever, whatever ideas and so on. So I would keep it open, kind of, and see what happens.
Sure.
I mean, of course, there should be learnings from the past, so it should be talked about. But yeah, I don't have anything specific.
That's fine. I totally get it. Like it kind of evolves like over the years, and that's totally normal and totally okay, because that shows like that we are kind of capable to go with the flow and just like adjust to the people or with the new generations. But yeah, okay, so about you again. So what are you now excited about? It's like kind of the last question. So what are you excited about? What is now coming up to you in general, like in your studies, or like what is related to START? Like what is like something you are really rooting for?
In the sense of START, I'm rooting that it's gonna go great with the current board finishes great, and the new board is gonna start energized and has the support it needs and the environment to flourish, or the people, because it's so much about the people as well. And what I think is really exciting, especially in START, is that whatever happens or whatever not happens is just because of us. There's like nobody else doing anything, like in a company or something, that somebody will do it or whatever, but it's literally just what we do is happening, and if we don't do it, then there's nothing. So I hope that people have the energy to do the things that they want, and to, especially in the regional ecosystem, that START is getting the recognition it deserves, and the members are can benefit from everything that they want to, and also in general the initiative. So I wish like that for START.
Sure,
I would say. And for myself, I hope to find a job at the end of my master's.
Yeah, we all hope so.
Yeah, so I hope that I will be satisfied with my path, but I think so. I hope so. Because since I'm in the area of sustainability, it's a bit uncertain, especially at the moment with regulations changing. So I'm curious how it will like go, and how it will be in a few months. But also I'm happy or excited that I'm not focused on just one area, but I'm really interested in a lot of topics and different backgrounds, kind of. So I'm really curious. I'm not that I don't have much planned. I'm just.
But that's like what life is about. You can't plan like every inch. But did you ever had like the experience that somebody pointed out like your experience in START? It's like, oh, you are in START. Did it ever happen?
Yes. Yeah, I was at I did a job interview, for example, and the woman there was like really excited about my CV. She was like actually a bit late to the interview, and I was already talking to a guy, and she came in and she was like, "Wow, I was really impressed by your CV." Like, thank you. And like in the engagement that START kind of brought me to. So in that sense, I feel like it has the value. It has a bit value.
That's amazing. That's actually nice. Like where you can see, okay, it like kind of counts out, like it's like being valid, you know, being a part of START, not only like for the series, just for being there part. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So coming to the end, I want to do like a quick round. I'm just gonna ask you questions, and you have to answer as ASAP, like as soon as possible. Okay?
Okay.
There's like easy questions. Okay, so are you more on morning or evening creativity?
Evening creativity.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Okay, this is our favorite START memory.
Oh, that's hard.
Something what comes up first in your mind.
I mean, I mentioned it already before, the first Helsinki trip.
Oh yeah.
Because it was, as I said before, it was kind of the moment I realized what it can bring me to, more or less. So I would say that. But there were so many afterwards, so many amazing moments before already. Actually, the first like summer gathering I attended to. It was in Solov actually. And I didn't know anybody, but they were really welcoming and a great energy. So, they're amazing.
That's nice. And one last thing. So, what is your, like, if you would describe your membership in START in one word, or your presidentship, whatever, like, how would you describe it in one word? I know that's even tougher, but let's try it.
Oh god, that's hard.
Yeah, it is. You can take your time.
How I would describe my membership, my time and stuff. There are like many words. Like it's exciting. It's curious. It's
kind of growing.
Yeah, that's a great word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's personal growth, kind of. It's a lot of personal growth, and taking ownership is and responsibility is. Yeah, I'm sorry, there's so many words.
No, it's okay, it's okay. I know that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyways, Chiara, I thank you very much for being here to the podcast, our very first podcast. I'm very excited to see how it comes to the public, how they will like it, our STARTies, our non-STARTies, and we are very thankful for you leading our way back then. And now we have a different president soon with a new board, and we are very excited of the upcoming time. Maybe you have some last words you want to tell new STARTies or the STARTies we are here, like just some last words you want to give, some advice, anything you want to like.
I'm really thankful for everybody I got to meet during this journey, and really excited for everybody I will going to meet. And also, as you said, I'm wishing all the best to the current board, to the future board or future members. So I'm really thankful for this journey, this initiative, and everybody who's engaged in it. And
awesome.
Thank you to you for doing this. It's really, really cool.
Of course, I'm myself very excited about this part. Let's see how that turns out. So anyways, that was our first episode of Get Started. Thank you very much for being here, listening here.